Hey everyone, welcome back to my crafty hen house. My name is Elaine, and today I wanted to share with you a problem I've been having with my beehive. So my honey production has been down, and I've been going into my beehive every 2 weeks approximately and checking on them, and the activity is way down. Now we're in December, so of course we're in a dearth and there's not a lot for them to harvest, and they're going to naturally slow down. However, I have noticed that I have an influx of hive beetles, and just so many that it's so difficult for me to even keep up with. Now what I've decided to do is find an alternative to trapping these hive beetles with the beetle blockers, but also trying to get a jump start on them. And this is what I purchased. This is a miniature vacuum cleaner that they use on computers and computer keyboards. And I went ahead and I took this out to my beehive today, and let me tell you what, I was able to trap all of these little hive beetles. I may have gotten a few bees in here, but the majority are hive beetles. Let me show you. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see in there. Let me get it up a little bit to the light. Look at the hive beetles. You see there are maybe 1 or 2 bees, but the hive beetles are all trapped inside of here. I went through my 2 supers and it's just amazing. Look at that. So of course my hive wasn't happy with me being in there with a vacuum cleaner. However, I needed to get a jump start on these hive beetles. I have done not everything that I could have done to get ahead of the population, but now they're under control. And I went ahead and I took 2 beetle busters and put them in each super on the top. And now we have to remove these little stinkers and get them gone. They do fly. So I think what I'm going to do is invert this little vacuum into a jar of vegetable oil, and that should kill them. And the head of this vacuum cleaner is about the same size of my jar. So here we go. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take off this head part and turn this head right into the jar with the oil in the bottom of it, and that way I can trap them. I'm afraid if I take off this cap, then I'll lose most of them. So let me go ahead and take off this head. And of course a little bee got out, and he had, oh, he's mad. So let's get him gone. He flew off. And you can hear I have a couple more bees in there that are not too happy, and a few beetles that escaped. Make sure I don't have any more in my tube because I don't want them going back to my hive. So let me give this a little tap. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to sacrifice a few of my bees, but as you can see, none of them can escape through this rim. It's a nice fit. And so I'm not going to test fate. I'm just going to leave this here and let them empty out without opening the top. And when I'm all done, I will go ahead and bring you back and show you exactly how many we were able to take out. We'll be able to count them up. Isn't that amazing? Now there's still a lot of hive beetles up here in the top. Of course, they like it where it's dark and don't want to come out. We had to sacrifice a few of our bees. I'm sorry, but it was more important that I kill off all of these hive beetles. All right. When all of these come out, I will bring you back and show you exactly how many we were able to track. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So it took a little bit of effort to get them out of the vacuum cleaner, but of course I didn't want to open it up and take a chance that they would escape. But look, oh my God. So I think what happened with the influx of the beetle population was that I didn't have beetle busters in there for over 6 months, and I saw the population of the beetles growing a little here, a little there, and I guess it was just inexperience on my part to put the beetle busters in there, and it got to a point where I was trying to kill the beetles with a little nail each time, but with this amount, there's no way I could have taken care of all of these beetles. Now I have 2 supers, and that's the only place I went in to get the hive beetles out. And then after I was done, I went ahead and I added my beetle busters up there on the top with oil and some apple cider vinegar in the middle reservoir. They say that attracts the hive beetles, and then of course they go into the little vegetable oil on either side, the reservoirs on either side, and then they drown. And so I really like this. The bees didn't have too much of a problem, but they didn't like it, of course. And I think I lost maybe 5 bees by sucking them up with this. But that this number far exceeds losing 5 bees, as long as it wasn't the queen. But like I said, it was up in the super, and I have a queen excluder, so I was pretty aware I would have seen her had she been up there. But so then what I did after I took the beetles were in here, is I just took it and put it over this glass jar and let them fall down into this vegetable oil. I had a bit of an issue inside here. There is the screen, but there's a little ledge inside, and they would go down inside the ledge and then of course have to come up to go through the hole. So I was, you know, constantly taking I was taking this constantly and shaking them out as much as I could. But overall, this was a really good idea that I came up with to stop the hive from being inundated with beetles. It was really my only choice, because I could not keep up with them. There was no way I could have kept up with them at the rate that they were growing. But like I said, I went ahead and I put the beetle busters in there, and I've got one in the top super and one in the bottom super, so I should be pretty good. And this is a little tool that comes on here, just like a little vacuum. The only thing that you're going to have to do is, I used a piece of paper towel, and I carry a nail in my suit when I was able to stop them, but you're going to have to block off the opening, because of course all the beetles are in here. Put it in your pocket while you're changing out the frames, and then you have to take this out. It starts by pushing this button. You just hold it in and it starts. And also the great thing about this is it's rechargeable. It has a attachment, a USB attachment that you can hook up to a charger. I plug it in right next to my computer. And let me show you the box. This is the box. Probably seeing that backwards. but it comes with a little tool that has a little duster on it and an extra screen that goes inside, and it has a little brusher tool and this little tool as well. I just went ahead and I used this, and I had no problems at all. As soon as those beetles came up on top of the honeycomb and you just took them, it sucked them right up. And it is really, really a good little tool. I'm really surprised, but I'm happy. It's quiet. The bees don't seem to mind too much, but you know, of course, they don't like any noise around them. And the fact that I think I'm gonna get a little piece of plumber's putty maybe, or clay, so that I can just cap this off while I'm out there, because I will stop it, put it in my pocket as I'm moving frames around, and then I have to spend time to put this back in and hope it stays in. Otherwise the beetles will be climbing out or flying out. But anyways, that's my little gadget that I found, and I'm really excited that it worked on my hive and got all my hive beetles. There again, I probably, I don't know, what would you say? 100? At least 50. Oh my gosh. I don't know, maybe 100. That's crazy. Now, I also put diatomaceous earth down around the base of my hive, just so any little larvae that had hatched. I did not go into the brood boxes. They are so full. I have 2 brood boxes and 2 supers, and I have 8 frame boxes. So that's 16 full frames of bees in my brood boxes, and they are really busy. I also went ahead, because it's December, and I fed them today. I haven't been feeding them all the time. I kind of want to let them get what they can get. But it is down here in South Florida. It is a really slow season for anything blooming. So of course I did feed them, and they're doing really well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this might work for somebody that's having the same issue, and I've learned my lesson. I'm going to go ahead and stay up on my beetle busters so that I can stop these beetles from inundating my hive, and maybe my bees won't work so hard to give me honey. Until next time, thank you so much, and God bless. So I couldn't help myself. I went ahead and I counted 165 beetles from today. I love my little honk mini vac. If you have the same problem with your hive beetles, I would suggest to use one of these little things to get on top of it.